taga Claveria iti mangidada uno iti maysa a NGO group ana inaganan iti Rotary Club nga tumultulong haan laeng iti initayo a Claveria no di ket di iti intero a Pilipinas.
Hi, I'm Ruby Dimaya from Centro East, Claveria, Cagayan. I graduated also to St. Joseph, Claveria, Cagayan, and I graduated also in Manila as a Bachelor of Science in Radiologic Technology. I used to have my own recruitment agency that was Great Provider Service Exporters Incorporation, and that's the reason why I help also some of our kababayan working in abroad. Now, I joined Dr. Pobres, working the hospital with his Manila Medical as a clinic manager. And at the same time, I became the president of Rotary Club of Makati, San Miguel.
Lalaine Bing Pamitan Opeña. I am a resident of Tagat Norte, Claveria, Cagayan, but currently residing in Cainta, Rizal. I graduated at the Academy of St. Joseph, batch 1990, and I took up my course at the University of Cagayan Valley, taking up Bachelor of Science in Secondary Education, major in Mathematics, and took my second course in Charles Sturt University, Australia.
As a past president of Rotary Club of Makati, San Miguel, first, being a president, I have a lot of good memories. Okay. Secondly, my social networking become bigger. I met a lot of good friends, businesses, and also the community works. Although as a president, it needs a lot of commitment in your life. It so happened that I'm a single mom or a single, so I don't have that much problem with that. The only thing is that being a worker also, sometimes my colleagues or my boss, we have a misunderstanding. Oh, you better work in a Rotary na. Then I always tell him, it's not my fault, Do you want our club become like this? Because, aside from the community works, you have to meet, a lot of people to enhance your leadership. And second thing, of course, it's a normal that you have to meet also social life and different meetings, But, to summarize with, for having all these things, I gained some friends who helped me also doing the community works.
For me, it's really a challenge because I have to juggle from being a mother to my 3 children and working as a working mother, because as I mentioned earlier, I am employed and having also a challenging role with the company. And besides from the Rotary Club being as an organization that I am involved with right now, I also have some other responsibilities, like in the village where I live, I am the treasurer of the Homeowners Association, and at the same time, I am involved with some other organizations in the community. So it's really kind of a challenge of my time management skill that I have to see to it that everybody and my responsibilities are also being allotted with time properly. So, how am I managing? Thank God I am managing it well. Sometimes, of course, you cannot like it's kind of challenging how to be moving from one place to another, but somehow this COVID did a good thing also, because now you don't need to transport to other places in order to attend meetings, right? It's happening in Zooms and everything. So somehow the managing of my time in terms of meeting up with the club, with the other people in other organizations made it a bit easy. So it's a challenge, but it's managing. I'm managing properly.
I forgot to tell something also. Aside from doing community work or at least a leader, ma-enhance din, it enhance also your reporting, like doing the articles. It's like, it's worse than you're studying. That's why my auntie asked me, oh, when you're studying in college, I never see you like that focusing the computer. Always, sometimes also it happened to me sleepless night, because whatever you do, like today, we have to report, aside from the district, we have to report also in international, Rotary International. And this we call public image. It's always what you call this one. That's why maybe you're wondering why we always what you call this one, put in the Facebook. It's shown that this is true what we're doing. And it also, this is how we entice what is Rotary all about.
Agree.
So doing the paperwork and then the reports, everything. But it's very challenging work. Before I became the president of Rotary, I can consider that I'm one of those people who has the passion in helping, because helping is a great satisfaction in life, especially when you see them smiling at you. And it so happened that I became the president of Rotary, and the motto is service above self, means that helping others. So since I came from Claveria, I took the opportunity to help first the Claverianos. And just everything is coincidence, When somebody told me that about the ETA, I went and visited them and I saw their situation. So I told to our club that why don't we help the ETA from Claveria. At first, they're hesitant to reply because they are telling that it's so far, it talks 613 kilometers. But I believe when you help each other, when you want to help, no matter how far, you can do it. So the first project that we did, we built the multipurpose hall in Culao. So that's where the ETA using us for the school, their what other activities? Livelihoods, and spiritual congregation, and everything. So we built the building, but the land, it was donated by Mrs. Magno. Now, aside from that, we also gave also the recreational amenities. So not only that, it's been 3 years that we're giving the school supplies, especially for the ETA, and also feeding and other things.
Just a little correction from what was mentioned by IPP Ruby here. The land there was actually lent to us for 5 years. We had a memorandum of agreement to borrow the land technically for 5 years only. It was not a total donation to the ETAs. Okay, so yeah, what will be my projects as a president? I want to inform you that the Rotary year starts actually by July 1. 12 of every year. So that's the start of the Rotary year. So therefore, I actually just started my term as the president of the club. Now, what are my projects? These are my projects that I want also to share with you guys. For one, being a Claveriano, as mentioned by IPP Ruby kanina, we wanted to prioritize all the projects, not necessarily all the projects, but almost 90% of the projects that we want to do by the club. So what are these 90 projects? First and foremost, we would like to tap the youth organizations like Samgunyang Kabataan perhaps, as to how can we further enforce or enhance their sports project for the club, for the organization. We wanted to partner with them, and we wanted to collaborate with whatever projects that would benefit the youth of the community. Secondly, we will continue that project that we started in Culao, where we have rehabilitated the place. And we want to continue providing them with some livelihood programs, at least to help out. If I think they have an existing livelihood programs there, and we want to help out in terms of marketing their products if there are. All right. And thirdly, we are partners. We are current partners of the LDCC of Claveria, headed by Miss Army Singson. And in fact, had this COVID not happened recently, we would have already started a free tutorial program in partnership with the Claveria Central School. Everything had already been coordinated. We were ready to launch last March 15 or March 20.
21, yeah.
21, but unfortunately this thing happened, so that's why it got postponed until now. But nevertheless, that is being discussed with the Learning and Development Center of Claveria in terms of how we would still be able to push through with that project, with still the school's blessing and with the school support. And let's see, because there is already a budget for that, so it's just a matter of implementation. And thirdly, the Rotary Club of Makati is looking into helping out the community in general. So what do I mean by that? We want to come up of livelihood programs that we can share it with the senior citizens of the community of the town, and some livelihood programs meant also for SK, because they will be with this thing happening right now. Most of the time, naka-idle na lang tayo sa mga bahay-bahay natin eh. And we believe that there are so much things that we can do to help out the community. So marami pa tayong magagawa. And aside from those, of course, we know that Rotary is anchored by 7 areas of focus, if I may share it now. More on peace and conflict resolution, water and sanitation, education or basic literacy, disease prevention, education, did I mention that already?
Literacy.
All right, and maternal and childhood health. And the 7th areas of focus, it's a new area of focus for Rotary, protection for environment. So yun yung mga focus na mga programs na gusto namin ilatag sa mga local partners namin para matulungan nila kami in terms of conceptualizing project. Because I always believe that, no man is an island. We have to collaborate together to come up of something. Hindi kami pwedeng, ayaw namin na kami lang, the club will only be moving just for implementation of all these projects. We know that there's a lot of potentials that other organizations or people can do to materialize all these plans that we have. So I am hoping that Claveria in a way will be able to share talents and skills from people in the community, so with the other local partners that we are establishing. So, to my fellow Claverianos, my message is, be a Rotarian. Sabi ko nga, it doesn't really matter if you are an official member of a club or so. But, to me, you can always be a Rotarian no matter what you do in life. Either you are just at home, mapantag-kalap, or you go fishing, or you work in the mountains, you can be a Rotarian. When you are a Rotarian, you are not asked to move mountains. The least thing that you can do to your community is the most important thing. How you could be of value to people, especially the underprivileged. That's the most important thing. Right now, especially that COVID-19 has struck the whole universe, the country, our town, our respective barangays, the more that people are needing the help of one Rotarian person. And that is where they need us. I know how it feels having nothing, because I was born poor. And that is actually what prompted me to be joining such organization. That even if I do not have much in life, I am willing to share littlest things that I can do just to make a difference in the lives of people that I know would be needing my help. So I am encouraging everybody, kahit hindi kayo Rotarian, you may not be a member of my club, it's okay, but please help us. Marami tayong pwedeng gawin. Thank you so much sa Kanto ng 4 for allowing us to be viewed by our fellow Claverianos through your blog, YouTube site. Tama ba? Channel. And I hope that there will be more collaborations such as like this, because we have so many plans and initiatives that we want to execute in the town, and we want to partner with you guys so that everybody will know what we are doing together, and that more people, more Claverianos will be more inspired to help everybody or the town. So, thank you, Kanto ng 4. For more local features, please subscribe sa Kanto ng 4 YouTube.